Welcome to ATT, Alien Theorist Theorizing Case File 51, Take 2, Live.
It's fucking great.
It's a long name.
That was great.
No, Mr. Conspiracy. He got fat.
Man, he got a little fat.
Oh yeah, he is festively plump, that guy. Looks like he ate Mr. Conspiracy.
A couple times.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what happened to our feed here. We did a take one. Take one fucking crashed and burned. My mic wasn't working. We seem to have that working, but here's the thing. We could get the mics working, but for some reason, with the mics working, the laptop camera records darker than it did before. Is that max brightness? We're max
That's
brightness.
fucking max brightness. I don't know, man.
It's crazy. Cheers from San Diego, California, from Fernando Romo.
Cheers.
Fernando Romo. Cheers.
Derek Kruger is back. Couple
resubs. We probably lost a lot of listeners.
You know what? A small intimate audience is better.
Yeah, so you guys were just getting our pre-drink on. We're going to release this as a live podcast. So if you have any questions for us, shoot them about a podcast, about any of the other guests or hosts we have, or any questions you want. We will answer them right now for limited time only. Any questions?
Special access.
Before we get into some live topics, and we'll get your guys' feedbacks on a couple things. And we'll just shoot the shit and theorize with some of you guys. And yeah, I think it'd be fun.
It's cool to have Braden back in the studio. He just fucking burps.
Oh, yeah, they sound so much better in studio.
It's the same over Skype or it's the same in studio. It's insane.
Yeah. Daniel Hoffman, welcome. Cheers to you too, brother.
Cheers.
Welcome to Late Night ATT.
For those
my voice sounds way cooler.
For those of you who don't know,
here.
I'm Zell. That's Braden.
I'm Braden.
We don't really put our faces.
Well, I'm still in the shadows though, so you can't really see me.
You are a little.
It sounds. I like it. Say my name, nerd. Nope.
You asked for it, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You asked for it, you don't get it. Who else we got?
We got
mics are better. I like that. That's
Chris
a good
Douglas.
start.
Thanks, Allison. Allison was just grinding our gears. Talk about a nagger.
Giving us a fucking hard time.
Yeah, just nonstop berating.
You know,
us.
we're alien theorists. We're not technical gurus here.
Yeah.
Like, I can record bands in here with 16 mics, no problem. As soon as I put the podcast on with 2 mics and Facebook Live,
just crash
fucking
and burn.
meltdown.
We probably have had a meltdown already, to be honest.
Want to check?
Yeah. San Diego in the house. That's 2 from San Diego. You guys should meet up and talk about conspiracies. Start your own podcast.
You guys should start your own sub-podcast.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Mike Lupe. I have a question. I was listening to the previous case file, and the topic of making a new case file on suppressed technology came up. Would you guys be making that sometime in the future? Fuck yeah, we will.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy technology.
Fucking Avro Arrow.
You ever heard of the Avro Arrow?
Huh? That's a great Canadian suppressed.
Speaking of Avro Arrows, they just pulled a full-on
Avro Arrow out of the fucking
out of the Great Lakes. I'm not sure what Great Lake it was.
We're back on top, baby.
Canadian Avro Arrow, the fighter jet that never seen the light of day, the greatest fighter jet of all time.
Yeah, they said we would have led the world in fighter jet technology, but for some reason our government was like, too good, scrap it.
Yeah, there was the fastest jet of its day. It was awesome, and they're like, nah, it's too good.
They're like,
we can't
screw
have
it.
this shit.
Okay, fine. Jeff. His name's Jeff.
My
Welcome,
name is Jeff.
Keith Wright, morning from Scotland. Scotland!
Fuck yeah.
Morning. Top of the... No, is that Irish? Top of the day?
Wait, what time is it in Scotland? It's gonna be like 5 a.m. or some shit.
Top of the morning to you,
What
and
time?
the rest of the day to you, laddie. I don't know if that's Scottish or that's Irish.
That was probably a little blend of a whole bunch of things there.
But like that saying.
Top of the morning to you?
Yeah.
Laddie.
I see it.
Well, laddie, I think, is more...
Yeah, well, someone has told me once, if someone says top of the morning to you, you have to say, and the rest of the day to you, laddie.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the proper protocol.
Wait, who was that? Who was from Scotland?
That was
Keith Wright.
Keith Wright.
What time is it there?
9:45 p.m. Yeah, we're on the same...
We're the same time zone.
Same time zone. It's 9:45 here.
Don't worry, we got
Andy,
you.
chill out. We're all in the same time zone.
What's with the shades then if it's 9:45 p.m.?
Yeah.
And that little happy face you got there.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Allison from Phoenix.
We love you, Angela.
I think Allison, I think I recognize her because I think she snaps us and then
I never see the snaps because
I control the snaps.
yeah, I don't even know what the fucking
So
password
when you're
is.
sending snaps, thinking you're sending your nudes and stuff to Zell, you're not sending them. You're sending.
Why are we drinking that water? What should we be
You're
drinking?
sending them to me in the shadows.
This guy's calling kokanee water. But what should we be drinking?
Oh, I can't even see.
Robert
Kokanee.
Hernandez. What should we drink? Like, I don't want to get on the fucking 9% IPAs because then you'll have 3
yeah,
and you're
we'll be-
fucked up.
Now I got to stop work and grab some drinks. Yeah.
Oh, Modelo. No, I like Modelo. Modelo's good shit.
Yeah.
I actually had a Modelo not that long ago. I had Modelo Negro.
Oh, can we say that?
That's the brand. It's dark. That's Spanish.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
I know.
fuck. I thought. Wait. Did I actually say something? Are we gonna get shit on here?
Scrubs. Who's Andy M?
Dos
Dos Equis?
Dos Equis.
Yeah. Well, we're not that interesting.
We're not very interesting, so we can't drink that shit.
Ashley Johnson. Is what that says? Ansley? I can't. Man, my eyes are.
Are you fucking? You need glasses. This is not that far away.
Ansley Johnson. Ash.
Oh, for a second he thought it was Bud Light. No, we don't drink the Bud Light. Well,
No.
you know what? Andrew drinks Bud Light.
Well, you know what? I will say this, and it's even lighter than Bud Light. I do really like, on occasion, hot summer day, enjoy a nice Bud Light Radler. They're only like 3.7%.
A Radler?
Yeah, it's like mixed with grapefruit juice.
Yeah, I know what a Radler is. I hate grapefruit
good.
juice though.
I
know. I get why people like them. They are like a nice summer drink, right? What do we got?
Pinot Grigio. I don't know what that is.
Dawn of the Red. A
it's a wine.
really good red beer.
The Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio.
Grigio. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ansley.
Wait, it says C translation. I'm gonna click on it.
Let's see.
I'm gonna click on it. Pinot Gray. I don't think that's right.
Pinot Gray.
Is that right? It's a gray Pinot.
Dawn of the Red. A really good
good beer.
Yeah. The best beer. What's your favorite beer right now?
I really like this beer. It's called Session Ale. Red Racer Session Ale.
Ooh, that is
It's like a
beer.
micro beer from. I'm not sure exactly where it's brewed.
I don't sure. It's on tap at a lot of places though.
It's just fucking. It's got a little more flavor than your standard fucking generic lager, but it's not super hoppy like these heavy IPAs that are being sold at all the microbrews.
I like
So you can still crush like 12 of them and you don't feel.
33 Acres in Vancouver. 33 Acres of Sunshine is like my favorite beer, and then I really like Fat Tug.
The Fat Tug IPA is the greatest IPA actually.
Like it's so fucking good.
Was it 6.5%?
Yeah.
So you slam 2 or 3 pints
And
really
you're
quick.
fucking-
You
woo!
gotta buzz real quick.
I love me a Fat Tug.
All right. So you know what? It seems like everything is
Working.
More or less
no
going.
critical failures. Look at this. We're going.
I don't know what. A quick restart, I guess. All it takes. Unplug the cables and restart.
Man, so I finally got my first look. One of our fans, back when we first started, claimed that he had original photos of the moon landing.
He did.
And space photos and stuff from that. He said his dad
His grandpa was working on the team who developed the film. Yeah.
and he finally sent us the photos, and I just got to look at them. They are fucking stunning.
Well, he sent them a while ago, but you haven't been down to
I
actually
just
watch
saw
them. Yeah.
They're absolutely stunning. So we're gonna try to get some high res scans, and I would love to like make some signed ones that we can get and give out.
Yeah.
As like posters. I think
be
that'd
sweet.
be cool. Because they even have that rustic, like they're
Oh,
worn
Red
out.
Racers from Surrey.
Oh, nice.
Jeff Roy Ross.
Slurry. Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff. His name is Jeff.
Yeah. But yeah, it's those were awesome.
I'm glad he knows Red Racers. Fucking delicious.
It is. It's a good beer. It's on tap at Canadian Brew House all the time.
I've never been to Canadian Brew House.
It's really loud. It's fun to watch a hockey game.
It's a good sports bar.
Not a very good place to go and like
Can't just
converse,
go hang out.
converse with your friends. I find it too loud, a little overpowering. But
They need a little sound treatment. Sounds like it's getting a little too echoey.
no, it's fucking loud.
Just
Like,
loud. Like all the TVs and shit.
All the TVs, and they have air horns when the horn.
Wait,
getting shell shocked.
Can you choose what sound you want at your booth? Is that place?
No,
So it's this
it's
one.
just all fucking
Just one TV,
all
like
T-
one
yeah,
one
one-
thing, all
one channel.
1,000 TVs.
yeah. So we haven't filled. We're still just pre-drinking before we get started here.
This is the power hour. We're gonna just talk about a couple probably more current events that have happened, and then maybe a couple we got a time traveler we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we got time travel. Any questions? Okay. What is everyone's favorite beer? Well, funny story. We just talked about that. So, that's weird. What a coincidence.
Oh wait, we got Daniel Hoffman caught up on cases. The story on the missing plane, which slowly turned into Zoolander. Fucking pure gold.
Gold, Jerry. Gold.
Gold, loggy gold.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Where in Canada are we from?
West Coast, baby.
So like right now we're in Kelowna, BC. So that's like interior of British Columbia. Like,
And I'm from the north,
he's from beyond the wall.
beyond the wall.
But we're like 4 hours east from Vancouver, kind of thing.
What do I got here? Aaron Lee, would you rather discover intelligent life too far away to get to, or one? I'm sure you meant one-celled organism in our solar system. One-celled organism.
At this point, I go with one cell.
One-cell organism
give me
in our solar system, because that means life isn't rare. You can't argue that. Life wouldn't be rare, so that means if it's in the next planet over,
It's everywhere.
it's everywhere. It's on every planet. It's everywhere.
Because right now they think there's life on like Enceladus, one of the fucking moons of Saturn or Jupiter. They're like, it has so much water, there's got to be life. That's their next mission. But they don't know yet, so they're still like, oh, there's life still so far. Earth is the only place with life. But you're like, well, just a matter of time, I think.
Or a matter of declassification.
Get rid of that redacted fucking statements.
Speaking of redacted,
Canada is cool. I want to move there.
well,
Lots
come
of
on
room.
up.
Lots of room.
Tons of room.
You know, there's actually a record number of Americans moving up here right now. So you just joined
Really?
because of the Trump train.
Trump train?
A lot of people jumping the border,
Some people
mostly illegally.
some people getting out of the way of the train.
Honestly, like our prime minister, he made this, like, he tweeted like, Canada's wide open, just come to Canada. And then people started flooding to Canada to the border, and they're like, we can't just come here. Like, you gotta like apply. So there's been hundreds and hundreds of people go to the border, and then we have to like process them, and they put them in like stadiums, and they're like sleeping like homeless people, and then they ship them back. So you can't just walk.
You know what we do?
So don't just walk
you know
across
what
the
we fucking
border.
need? We need a wall. Keep these filthy Americans out.
You know what? Trump's not building his wall, so let's build our own.
Our ice wall.
Yeah, we'll build an ice wall. It's easier.
Yeah.
I just want to go hunt in Canada. Lots of hunting. A lot of animals here.
Speaking of that, I'm going next week, baby. You guys are awesome. Oh, I can't read that name from here. Last name Perez. What's that? Animality? Oh, Sasquatch or Squatch?
Sasquatch.
No, it's Squatchbox, Oregon. Nice shirt, Allison.
Read that backwards.
It was kind of hard. I was if you follow me on Instagram, I went to the Sasquatch Crossing in northern BC. It's pretty good. Can you guys do a podcast about tech, Samsung TVs, recording people, fingerprint logging, iPhone, Samsung facial recognition, and what they're doing with the info? Man, it's
That's pretty crazy actually. Think about it. You have all these new phones. You scan your full fingerprint. You scan it 5 times.
Mine never works. Does yours work?
It does work on my iPad actually. But let's think about it. So you scan your thing. It fucking takes an infrared like picture of your thing.
Yeah.
And it's in a database somewhere.
Yeah.
And it scans your face, it knows your face. It's in a database somewhere. And I know they say like, oh, it's for non-malicious. It's just like, we got to keep it somewhere, right? But say you got the NSA and they could hack into fucking anything.
Yeah. There's no.
You think they're fucking not hacking into that?
It's like Minority Report. You're gonna be walking down the aisle. It's gonna be like, hey, Braden, like, check out this new Instant Pot. Speaking of Instant Pot, my mom was like on this fucking furious.
Instant Pot?
Yeah, it's called like Instant Pot.
Like instant weed?
I feel like I'm going down a weird train. I guess it's a pressure cooker. And my mom was she was like, oh, do you want one for your birthday? I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't want one. She's like, oh, it's this pressure cooker. It cooks your foods in minutes. It's incredible. Instant Pot. Look it up. Look up Instant Pot on Google. And I'm like, Mama, I'm never going to use this thing. Whatever it is, Pot. I eat fish sticks and French fries. That's it. That's my diet. And she's like, no, Instant Pot. And going off about Instant Pot. So much so that I had asked her a question and she was like, go check out Instant Pot, like instapot.ca and shit. That I called her because I was talking to my coworker. I was like, Colin, I think my mom's phone got hacked and someone's trying to scam me into fucking buying an Instapot. So then I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, your phone's not working, right? Like, your phone's not working. Someone's sending me messages about Instapot. And she goes, no, it's incredible.
Oh,
like, get
really?
one. And I'm like, what, you fucking work for Instapot? Like, what the? This is some bull. Like, I don't want one. Like, enough of this shit.
Who fucking wants Instapot?
I was telling her, you're in some pyramid scheme trying to sell me your fucking.
Oh, speaking of pyramid schemes, have you
segue?
Quick segue on the pyramid schemes.
Schemes?
Pyramid schemes. This is how excited I am to talk about this thing. I've gotten so many messages. It's just like cloud. They call it like some cloud scheme, and they're like, "No, our buddy fucking Major, he messaged me, and he was like, hey man, I got this great opportunity. you're able to double your money in a week. All you gotta give me is $600, and you got get someone else to give you $600, and then you get your money. You double your money. I'm like, buddy, that's a fucking pyramid scheme. He's like, what do you mean? What's a pyramid scheme? I was like, well, I was like, you give money to someone, and then in order to get your money back, you have to get someone to give money to you. So eventually, the system breaks down, and someone just loses their money, and then the guy at the top gets all the money. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, so.
Oh, fucking major, man. If anyone, like, he was always the guy to get caught with that kind of shit, man. He is just not the brightest.
Okay, we got some more things here. We got
scroll back up because I think a lot of people messaged her in a quick.
What do we got? It's a Sam Squanch. Oh, we've seen that. Yeah.
White girl Starbucks. Yeah.
Love you, guy. Rebecca Lay.
Wait, hold on. Rebecca Lay Forsyth. When you say love you, guy, which one?
There's only one. There's
you
two.
need to choose right now, Rebecca. You need to tell us which one it is.
You can't have both.
You can't have both.
You can't have both.
Just hurt one of us. Hurt us, and let us know who you love. I want to be your Phoenix correspondent. Well, I like your puppy, so you're well on your way.
Oh, that was her sending us a puppy.
That was her sending us a puppy.
How many times has that puppy pissed on the ground and ate your cords so far?
Probably quite a few.
Probably quite a few.
Nick Holmes, Richard.
Okay, what's the guy? Richard O'Brien. Face recognition will get paired with RFID to make the tracking easy when we are at a one world government or one government world. Hey,
what's RFID?
You know what? Those are those fucking like little tracker chips.
Oh.
So like RFID or dogs and shit. And,
Oh, yeah.
and there's like legislation. I think in Australia they have it now where you can do that to like mentally challenged children and stuff so they don't get lost. And eventually they're going to say like you're going to put RFID chip in your fucking palm and it'll contain all your banking information and everything. And you just like go to pay and you're just like boop.
I want facial recognition where I like go up to the screen and I just wink and it pays.
Okay, what do we got here? What if dinosaurs were the race of the Earth and the asteroid was us in a ship and we're the aliens?
Well,
why not?
Well, basically, who's to say that didn't? That's not what happened. And rather than saying it's a spaceship, you're complexing it more. Our original bacteria that grew to evolve from us rode on the asteroid in a frozen state that crashed and wiped out Earth.
Right.
So technically, I think you're just complexing the matter. But I think that's totally feasible.
Totally plausible.
Plausible.
Is it too soon to talk Vegas theories?
No, we're going to. We're going to get into some Vegas theories.
We have some Vegas stuff.
Oh, the camera's just brightened up. What the fuck was with that?
Oh, what heck? Did the camera get brighter for you guys?
I'm not lurking in the shadows anymore. I don't like it.
I feel like I could see my face. Anyways.
Look how white you are.
Yay, you're back. Pookia.
Hold on,
Saying what's up from SoCal. Love you, love you, love you. Where's the rest of you? Well, you know what? This is the best of us, so we leave the rest at home.
Yeah, it's true.
No, Andrew's working.
Mr. Conspiracy's just fucking eating snacks.
Mr. Conspiracy don't want his face shown because he's gained at least 50 pounds.
Yeah, he's huge.
Because we used to make fun of Braden back in the day for being fat, and now Mr. Conspiracy's always like the ripped one, like go to the gym all the time, and now he's stopped, and he's just ballooned to an enormous size. It's so funny.
I kind of wonder if he was doing some supplements.
I think he did a little,
maybe
whatever you want to.
Maybe some.
You take that how you want.
Some applesauce.
Little applesauce.
A little too much applesauce and a little laziness. Because he said, I
need a beer.
I'm trying to think the last time I saw him. Can you grab me one too? Sure. And yeah, he's big.
Oh.
Scroll back up. What's your name?
Beers are flying down.
I know there's so many things. I miss Andrew. Well, Allison, we all miss Andrew, but Andrew's flaky.
Gotta send you some brews from the brewery I work at.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
we love
do.
that, man.
What brewery is that, and how can they get here?
And we'll give him a shout out. He sounds like that commercial.
Chad Daniels.
Who's Chad Daniels?
I don't know who Chad Daniels is.
I, though, missed you.
Oh, comedian. He's a comedian.
Oh.
I don't know a lot of comedians, actually. I'll like watch stand-up comedy, and I'll be like, this guy's funny, and then I'll just forget to remember his name, and then I forget who he is.
Yeah, I'll put him on before bed, like one of the Netflix stand-ups. Did Rebecca ever get back to us? Well, which one she liked?
Rebecca? Who do you like better? You never got back to us.
Yeah, this is my big thing. Like, that's what I want to know. I don't care that people miss Andrew.
Oh, see translation.
Nope. I want to
Okay.
read that.
Okay, read it from Yug.
Yufug. Willst du nga Juden Dolan? I think.
Willst du Enigi Juden Toten?
Oh, please translate into some
Translate.
terribly racist things.
Do you want to kill...
Oh my god!
Who is this guy?
Oh my god!
That can't be a
I
direct...
hope I didn't read that properly. Oh my god! I was like, I'm gonna joke. I was like, please translate into something terribly racist, and that it did. The translation reads, "Do you want to kill some Jews?" No,
No.
it didn't really cross my mind.
It's not really something on my mind now.
Terrible, man. Jesus.
Did we kick the guy out, or
I don't know. I don't know how to ban. How do you ban people?
what do you do with this guy? Yug.
You fugue. That's so I don't even know what language I tried to read, but maybe you know what? From now on, we'll hit translate first. before
Before
I just read
Before
these
you
things,
try and read some
before I
German
just
or whatever
read
that
these
is,
things on
we don't.
Ugh.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Take a drink for that one.
As punishment. Oh, that's a little embarrassing.
Okay,
Whoops!
so-
Changing subjects from killing Jews.
And that's not where this was supposed to go.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Oh,
someone.
wow.
I don't know why you would even like. Are you trying to make a joke?
I don't know. It was if that was his intent was to like he had that translated popped up. He's like, this would be funny because they'll read it.
Or maybe the Facebook translate just translated it completely wrong.
Maybe. Which
That's
it
what we'll go
has.
with that. It's
Yeah.
completely wrong.
Or I'm gonna say this guy like was like, this will be funny because these idiots won't hit translate first, and he.
Kidding. It's all of you guys.
Yeah,
no,
well, that's
no,
not
Rebecca.
what you. That's
said
not what
one
you
guy.
said.
You said one guy.
Yeah,
So you got to choose.
we're getting tons of.
Wait, if you choose me, you choose Braden. Like we won't be offended.
No, I'll just be heartbroken.
I'll
and
sulk a little bit. I'll shed a couple tears, and then I'll get over it.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
I might not, but we'll see.
My signal is just effed. Well, fix it.
What does that mean?
Unplug it. This is what you gotta do. I'll teach you how. You fucking unplug your computer. You rip out all the cords. You shake your computer 4 or 5 times. You hit your fucking sound card box. You plug it back in, and it might work. That's what I did.
That's what we did. It seemed to work for us. Did we have a critical failure though?
I don't think so. We're still going.
Oh yeah, no critical failure, man. This is unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. All right, that's good. No, we'll keep on it here, but let's talk about this guy. Everyone's been sending this guy, Brian Johnson, claims to be from the year 2048 and sent back to warn us of an impending alien invasion.
Please be right.
So it was, I think it was in Wyoming or something, and so he was obviously wasted when he said this, and he didn't register too high on the scale. I was expecting like a 0.25 or something, like blackout, like
wasted.
it was a 0.136. So the guy had fucking 6 or 7 beers probably, right? So he wasn't super drunk.
Yeah.
Anyways, they said that aliens filled him with booze and gave him booze and smokes and sent him on an alien time travel pad back to our time to warn us of an alien invasion. So the alien fucking shot him up gave him a bunch of shots and sent him back in time.
Here's some booze and smokes. But they're essentially warning him of them.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because his experience is positive. So if like he can only say like, well, they gave me booze and smokes. So like, if there's an invasion, like maybe we're all getting booze and smokes.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyways, everyone kept sending me. I was like, it's one of the
How many beers in? Did you guys ever hear from Rick 1 and Rick 2? Did they survive the murder house? Rick 1, yes. No, Rick 2, yes. I always forget which Rick's which. Rick 2, I see all the time.
Rick 2's alive.
Rick 2's alive. Rick 1, from what I can tell, apparently Rick 1 became self-aware, went on a downward spiral, then listened to our podcast.
No.
And not only does he hate us, he also hates Rick 2.
So Rick 1.
Hates Rick 2. Well, I don't know really.
But he listened to the podcast, so he knows we were talking about him.
Well, see, and this is...
How did he... I didn't know he... I thought he didn't know we had a podcast.
Here's the thing. Rick 2 likes to make jokes. So part of me thought when he told me this that he was pulling my leg to make me scared of ever running into Rick 1. To be honest.
Now you just have the constant fear for the rest of your life?
Always scared. How many drinks? I think I'm going on 3 or 4. This might be 4th.
We've been drinking. We've been in here for 25 minutes. We have three beers in. It feels
We've
like
only just begun.
we've only just begun.
What's up, guys? Brandon Klomp. Is that Klomp? Whoa, just a whole bunch.
Where we go?
In the A. Rebecca said in the A. What does that mean?
It's in the A.
It's in the A? I think she just said in the A. I feel like we missed something there. My signal is effed in the A. Oh,
I see.
did you guys? Oh, yeah, that's the one I just read. How many beers? Yep. What's up, guys? We already said that. Nick Holmes, if I just have to be drunk. What? If I just have to be drunk to be abducted into the past or future, count me in.
Count us in
Well,
too.
we'd be abducted.
Tim Fahey, Beaver City All Stars. What does that mean?
Well, maybe he's from a place called Beaver City. Maybe he's making a reference to the female genitalia in city, and he's an all-star at it. I don't know. It could be. Numerous
I
things.
see. Let's go with the female genitalia there. Yeah.
And he's an all-star.
Mikkel Reblin. Oh, that's Mikkel. He told us his ghost stories one time.
Oh yes, we're doing Ouija number 2 tomorrow.
We're doing it tomorrow night.
late night.
It will not be broadcast live,
No, we can't.
but I have
it won't
a
work.
sneaking suspicion we're getting something tomorrow. You know why? Because the studio, ever since we did that one case file of the demons, and we had that fucking demonic meltdown in the middle,
Yeah.
it's been weird shit going on in here.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting here, because I always do all my mixing and shit at night, like 1 in the morning, and I'll just be here and I just hear a little knock on the wall, I'm like,
Nope.
fuck is that? And I'll fucking poke my head out the door, and there's nothing there, right? So then I'll lock the door because I'm like, oh fuck that. And I'll be sitting here, and the knock will come it'll sound like it's on the ceiling. And I'm like, oh, this is fucked up.
Did you watch it?
I didn't. I was too scared.
Fucked me up. Anyone who watched it will know what that is. It fucking scared me. That movie fucked me up.
Anyways,
You know what we should plan though? When we start the first Ouija, let's plan a message for Andrew. Let's fuck with Andrew for the first
you
one.
want to fuck with him?
Yeah, so the first one we do, we won't tell him we're fucking around, but me and you will think of a message and we'll push that message.
We'll try.
We'll think of questions and we'll do the answers.
So we'll make sure he holds really light,
Yeah, and we'll push it.
and we'll just do a little.
And we'll guide.
Oh, he's probably gonna listen to this.
No, because there's no way we release. Oh,
It's live. As soon as it's done,
Let's still plan it because
he might not listen to it.
He might not.
He might listen to it on when after we're done.
Yeah.
Then he'll be like, oh, you
I don't think so.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Anyways, what we got? Let's go back up here.
A deep web podcast. Oh, deep web, man. There's some creepy fucking.
I don't understand the deep web. That's the crazy part of it. It's weird, eh?
Yeah.
They're always catching fucking pedophiles and drug traffickers on the deep web.
You know
but-
what, Kate? Someone told me that Canada has the most amount of pedophiles per capita.
Really?
Yeah. I never knew that. I was like, maybe
It's
that's
from
why
where,
everyone's
though?
so nice to children. Everyone's so friendly here.
I don't buy that stat.
I don't know either. It's tough. There's a lot out there. It's freaky.
I did work with a pedophile one time.
Yeah, so did I.
It was super weird. I used to call him like, oh, nice petty stash. He had this weird mustache. Turns out 6 months later, it's a pedophile.
He was just given free mustache rides. To
He went
kiddies.
to he's in jail and he's still in jail to this day. He was a fucking dud though. Where's the Budweiser sweats
Oh, you know what?
from Desiree Katerer?
Well, you know what? Back in the day when we first started this podcast, my employment was questionable at best. So
Well put. Well put.
So the Budweiser sweatpants were more of a necessity. I still have them and I still wear them. But I've moved on to the finer things in life. I now wear Lululemons. I'm wearing a pair right now. I love them. They're great.
And you know what? They felt nice.
But I still love the Budweiser sweats. I wear them all the time. I just looked at that birthmark.
Tell me why my birthmark is 3 dots looking like an alien face. Was that a Snapchat?
I saw the Snapchat, but what you're gonna have to do for me is you're gonna have to draw out where you think it looks like an alien face. So take a pen and draw around your birthmarks to show me the alien face. Because I saw it and I was like,
you couldn't make the connection.
I couldn't make the connection right away. So if you kind of draw what you're seeing, then it'll give me a better look. You should do Friday the 13th. Can we not do one next Friday at late night? I know someone's leaving, but is it possible really late night, Friday the 13th?
Oh, well, anything's possible. Take some sweet talking.
Because that might be better.
But we're doing Ouija tomorrow, though.
And speaking of that person, I'm pretty sure that person's mom just joined.
Hello, Mom. Mom 2.
Mom 2?
My second mom is in the group chat here. I don't know if she's ever listened to the podcast before, but she's probably going to be pleasantly disappointed.
No, so... sorry. Let me fix my collar.
Yeah, straighten up.
Dude, get a Ouija session while that demon and live cast. We can't live cast it because people say as soon as you turn on electronics and stuff, it
like we're already using the recording electronics, so we can't we don't want to over the top
overstimulate.
So we're going to use candles. I'll have my recording equipment, which is in a separate room. Hopefully, the wall blocks it, and then we can get some shit in here. So we'll see.
The Lisa Lam, that's a lot of people's favorites. It's just such a weird story, and there's so many connections, so many loose threads that where you pull them, they go somewhere. So it's definitely, and we'll definitely revisit it. Right now, we have this issue where we can only seem to figure out how to have 50 podcasts on iTunes at a time. So if you've noticed, our first couple case files are now starting to
disappear a little bit.
So what I'm thinking is once the Lisa Lam case disappears, we will maybe revisit it. So there's a live one still on iTunes.
No, there's a way to do it. When I have a little more time, I'll figure it out.
But I would still like to review it and stuff. What does the Mexican clock say?
This isn't a racist joke, is it?
I don't know. If it's something about if it's anything about killing Jews, I swear I'm
I swear
so
to God,
mad.
I'm gonna reach through this fucking computer and choke you out.
Daniel Hoffman, yes, the Elise Lam was awesome and creepy. They got a heap of more stories on that. Missing 411 calls and books
or something.
Missing
411 is crazy.
Oh, I guess Allison wants us to look at the snap because she keeps saying, "Look at the snap."
Look at the snap. Look at the snap.
Let's see,
and Brandon Klomp says, "Gotta do Mothman." We're doing.
I fucking love Mothman.
We're doing Mothman. You know what? There's been a new in Chicago just recently in the last couple of months. They've been citing a type of Mothman. There's like 30 sightings.
Do you think there's any Vegas Mothman? Anyone saw Mothman in Vegas? Because he's always
before the disasters, right?
Disaster, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's hard to see. You know what though? It's hard because it's like anyone can. I'm gonna look. Okay. Jeez,
Allison, just hold it. Just hold on.
You can't hear you on the mic. Look at my snaps. I'm kidding, Allison.
Okay, we love
your
love
snaps. You keep going. Oh, I do see it now.
Hail Ron Pond.
It kind of looks like a little like.
I'm not gonna lie, you may be reaching a little bit.
I think you're reaching a little bit.
But does that slight face looking?
I can make that face.
Yeah, it's like a really scrunched face. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
It's pretty good though.
Hail Ron Pond, Jamie Crow. Damn right.
Hail Ron Pond. I'll cheers to that. Hail Ron Pond.
Hail Ron Pond.
Great Canadian hero, eh?
Canadian Sherlock Holmes.
It's such a bad. Well, everyone's drunk, so it's all good.
Yeah, if you're not having a couple beers or a couple drinks or a couple,
if you're at home right now, watching us on Facebook Live or listening, you might as well have a drink because you're in the same boat as us.
The night's not going anywhere else. It's over now.
So
it's even better if you're listening like somewhere public and you're just listening like on Facebook Live and you have your headphones in just in public, just sitting on a bench.
Yeah,
just like this is awesome.
Yeah, I miss chilling in the dark. Unless you're in Scotland, I guess.
It's such a bad pick. I'm drunk.
I sent you guys the Bubbles Sam Squanch pick during the case file. My name is pronounced
Tim Fye.
Tim Fye.
Fye?
No, not Fahey.
Fee.
Fee?
Tim Fee or Tim Fye? Not Fahey.
Not Fahey.
That's fair.
Stay frosty, boys. Love the pod. Thanks, and we love you. We love doing it.
It's fun.
Cheers.
It's fun.
This literally started as a way because things were changing, people were moving, as a way to keep connected and keep talking with our friends. And
now I feel like I've got thousands of friends.
Now we got all these friends, man.
Only 23 friends on here right now, but
that's okay.
That's you know what? A small, intimate audience is the best.
The only 23 who matter.
I look like that at my friend's B-Day party.
I'll show you a reference. Well, that's not. You just sent me a picture of you with the dog filter. How is that a reference?
How's that a fucking reference
That's not a reference at all. Oh, there's an... Okay. Oh, it does look like that. without the pen.
Ah.
Oh, okay, it does. Well, that is weird.
That's
Okay,
weird.
But
Actually,
you
you
know
know
what? When I said draw, I didn't mean draw that. Draw the fucking head around it. Like draw the circle around.
You just drew like the two eyes in the
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah. So I thought you just elaborated that. But if you actually drew the big alien head around, like then we can see that. It's really weird. You know, I thought the Crop Circle podcast would be boring. Oh, not to be rude, you weren't rude because I understand, but
That guy was fucking amazing.
Freddie Silva is amazing.
Honestly, the way we made all the connections in the end, it's fucking crop circles
He
are
gives
nuts,
me
man.
shivers, man, just thinking about it.
Because it's in my own head, like all the stuff I've been reading and what he was talking about, like the sacred geometry to like ancient sites and all that stuff. I was like, you know what? Something's connected here. There's some type of connection. It's super weird.
You guys we got matching shirts on.
Hey, you know what? If you want a shirt, this is what they look like.
They're fucking balling. The
first order is pretty much sold out. The second order is being printed, so should be here next week. So if you want one.
Oh, Sydney Bernstein joined. Well, hello, Sydney Bernstein.
Dud.
Oh, that guy's a fucking dud.
If you don't know who Sydney Bernstein is,
he's a fucking
loser.
nerd. That guy.
Absolutely.
He's a dweeb.
Fuck, he's calling us fucking nerds. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Sydney Bernstein. We don't have to fucking change our names.
Boring. Bring back the El Nasty t-shirt. Hey, bud, if you missed the El Nasty run, that's the way she goes.
Yeah, that's the way she goes. It's not our fault you fucking dropped the ball.
Hey, if you want an El Nasty shirt, there's a couple of girls tanks left, so buy one.
Squeeze in.
Squeeze in,
why
man.
not? Look swole.
No one will know the difference. I want one.
Honestly, I'm a big fan of the high polyester blend because they're super soft.
I love them.
I love them. They fit so nice. They feel like a vintage T-shirt that I've worn.
When you wear a full cotton shirt, it's heavy and kind of like crunches, right?
Yeah.
But like these are a 60-40 blend. They're fucking nice and soft. They're awesome.
They're really soft.
We don't fuck around. Best finishing move by Tim Fye or Feet.
Stone Cold Stunner, without a doubt, it's the best move. I've seen Andrew do one Andrew did one in a bar fight.
Live bar fight. Yeah.
He actually gave a guy a Stone Cold Stunner in a bar fight, and the guy got up and just left. Had enough. Didn't want anything more to do with the fight.
Yeah, it was pretty funny actually.
It was pretty funny. What someone else, Mike, learned a thing about the pyramids that I didn't know from you guys. That was a good podcast.
The pyramids, ancient.
Pyramid?
We did a couple we did.
Oh, that was with the Castanet news reporter Nick Johansson.
Great reporter.
Yeah,
he's good. You know what he is? He's fucking rolling around on the buses locally now because like the face of the Castanet news team is all on the bus and they're all like standing there like this, and then Nick's on the end of it like this, like. Fucking as soon as I see it, I call him. I was like, nice promo pic, bud. Yeah, the pyramids are fucking insane, man. Think about the pyramids. Go back to the very start of human civilization, which was what that was supposed to be. They hadn't figured out fucking anything yet.
No.
And all of a sudden they build these buildings that are engineering marvels. They hadn't figured out fucking anything, supposedly, is what they tell you. They are like the start of civilization, the start of farming, the start of everything. And all of a sudden they just fucking bust out these giant pyramids in the middle of nowhere. Perfectly aligned.
No.
Perfectly, millions and millions and millions and millions of tons of rocks. 40 stories high.
They were there.
They were there before them.
They were there. They came and they were like, cool. They tagged them, said they were theirs.
Yeah, fuck yeah, they did.
100%.
For the record,
Sydney, my bro. Oh,
I don't watch wrestling.
Hold on. I wonder if GF is Sydney's friend who randomly found the podcast because of Sydney Bernstein, and then
that was Colberry.
Oh, was it Colberry?
Yeah.
So how does GF? I wonder how Jeff knows Sydney.
Hey, GF, how do you know Sydney?
How do you know Sydney, GF?
Michael Witt says very well. Girl, tank it is. Boom, buddy.
Get it. Order it. It's online. You guys can watch Hell in a Cell. Fuck yes, I'm watching Hell in a Cell.
I don't watch wrestling.
Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon. Someone's going off that cage.
I love my reference on wrestling comes from these guys loving wrestling so much that I just know wrestling, even though I haven't watched it in 12 years probably. What do you got?
Allison, again, you guys are the only patron I've subscribed to. Well, thanks, Allison.
And we love you.
We had big plans and high aspirations to get a booth at Vancouver Fan Expo. And it would have been fun. But I think 2018. I think 2018 we get in early.
So know what happens? So this is what happens. So we applied, like, we still applied 5 months early, but when I got the application back, they said, like, listen, everyone who was here last year rebooked.
Yeah.
So the only way you get in if someone cancels.
Yeah.
Right? So they all rebook, and then the next year they cancel within like a month notification. So we're actually could still get in. It's possible.
Which sucks
because it's hard now.
But if we got in this year and we just had like a modest booth, then we'd be we could reconfirm for next year.
For sure.
So,
if you support the show on Patreon, we're going to use all that money's not going towards in our pockets. That money's going towards making the show better.
And McCormick candy bananas.
Oh my god, I love some McCormick candy bananas. I get a whole tin.
Yeah. That's what we should have bought for tonight. We should have just had them.
If you support,
we should have had them front and center right here. We've been picking at those delicious.
If you support the show for $5 a month, that's 1 tub of candy bananas.
Yeah.
And when I eat candy bananas, man, my mind power is way greater.
You know what we should do? We should change all the Patreon levels to be just to tell people how many candy bananas they could be buying the show.
$1 a month gets you a quarter tub.
So how many? Well, how many? They're 5 cents, right? So $1
it's $5
a month,
for a tub.
$5 for a tub. Yeah, but you gotta go. They don't do 5-cent candies anymore. I think it's like 10-cent candies now.
They do them at max only. 7-Eleven's gone up.
Okay, so most places 10-cent candies.
I think so.
So
They
let's say the
$1
$1 Patreon would buy us 10 McCormick candy bananas. 10.
Yeah.
5 would buy us a tub, right? 10, 2 tubs, right? And then just
just eat a lot of candy.
Goes up from there like 50's a crate of McCormick candy bananas.
We're all gonna look like Mr. Conspiracy in no time. Just pounding back candy bananas. Okay, what do we got? Let's keep going.
You guys need to do the new cannibal family in Russia.
What?
What is that?
New cannibal family.
Give us some more information about that. Water pumps, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what this. Tell us more about this fucking cannibal family.
Tell us more. I want to know about this cannibal. Okay, hold on.
What do we got?
I'm not
translation.
I'm not reading that.
Woof Yong. Yoof Yong.
I want to see the translation.
Okay, let's see translation first.
You're already on it.
I don't get that. Okay.
Dude, man, this guy's tripping. He sent us something in 2 different languages. This guy's freaking
Is this guy some fucking
freaking me out,
tethered
man.
AI?
Another new topic is Elon Musk's announcement of his interplanetary space plans to colonize Mars. You know what? To be honest, though, we could do literally a case file on Elon Musk and all the things he announces, because he announces something new every fucking week.
We got Elon Musk. You got Crowley, Tesla. Like these guys, there's like some of these guys you can do case files on. They got so much shit. I really want to do Crowley, and I really want to do Tesla.
Oh, we'll try to Ouija Crowley.
We had a prolapser. I don't have his name up here right now, but he said he's a Crowley expert, and he's gonna fucking tell us some shit. So hopefully, he gives us some good stuff. But okay, this iPad's gonna die, and this is where my list of shit is about the Vegas shooting.
Okay, let's get into the Vegas.
So everyone, we're gonna talk about the Vegas shooting. We know
what percentage? Yeah, like how close?
Like 3%. So I got
so let's get into the Vegas shooting.
So our heart goes out to like everyone who's affected by the shooting.
Absolutely terrible.
Like there's a lot of conspiracy people are like, it's a hoax, it never happened. That's bullshit, man. People got killed. I have friends of friends who were there. I have connections of people that I know that are friends with who their friends got hit by shrapnel. So this really happened. There's no this is all a fake media green screen bullshit. That's bullshit. People fucking died. It's horrible. So, but when an event like this comes up, there's questions that need answering. The media can't just tell you oh, it's one shooter, he busts out the window with a hammer and he opened fire with these modified semi-automatic weapons so they would shoot fully automatic. You need more than that. So I found out there's a list of 16 things that need addressing. I'm going to quickly go through them. Some of them I don't think need addressing, some of them I do. So photos of Stephen Paddock's hotel room, which is the guy who opened fire on everyone, have been leaked. And one of the photos appears to show a suicide note. I don't know if this is true, but if that is true, people need to see it. They need to see when you write a suicide note on something like this, that's your motive. That's where you're going to tell people why you did it.
Yeah.
So if he did it and he actually wrote a note, people need to see it. The public needs to see why someone would do something like this. You can't if that's true. If that's true. So there's a lot of talk also about multiple shooters.
Yeah, a lot of talk.
Which I don't know. really. But what I do know is there was 2 broken windows on the 32nd floor. So supposedly this guy had one room, and he hammered out a window, and he had an adjoining room beside it. So it was like the corner suite. So the corner room, if you go look it up, was like a big suite.
Hashtag look it up.
Hashtag look it up. So that had 2 broken windows. So supposedly he shot from both those windows. He was running back and forth or whatever he was doing.
It was on like a corner. So like one window was on one side, and then the other window is kind of like on the other side of the corner.
Yeah. So like he would have had to run like, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how many feet, but let's say like 30 feet between the windows. So if he's really trying to maximize damage, and he had all your guns lined up, why run back and forth? Like, to me, because there's a report saying he had 13 or 18 guns in his room.
Yeah.
With thousands of rounds of ammunition and all this shit. And they were semi-automatic weapons called a bump stock. So if you hold the trigger, the force of the bullet recoiling will like push your arm back into the trigger, so it feels like you're shooting fully automatic, is what they say. So sure, like, okay, I'm on board with that. So because if you listen to some of the videos, you hear fully automatic fire, right?
Yeah.
And they're saying like he had like an AR-15 with a 100-round magazine. So some of the people are saying like, okay, like there's no way it could have been just him, because if you listen to the first burst fire, it's like 10 seconds long. But like a normal magazine is like 30 megs.
Yeah, but if you're
shooting, if you're shooting 10 seconds, it should really be 3. But if you're shooting 100 rounds, right, then it's 10 seconds long, so it makes sense. So right now we're saying one shooter. So we had all these guns.
So make sure we're not having a critical failure.
Yeah, no critical failure.
He's got all these guns.
So supposedly he's just raining down fire on these people for no motive.
No motive.
They don't know why he did it. They don't know, like, he had no prior. He was like a millionaire. He had a lot of money. Even his brother was like, I have no idea why he would do that, right? So right there, okay, you have 2 broken windows, 1 shooter supposedly. Then you have a lot of reports, even a police like radio transmission saying like possible suspect on the 4th floor. And then there's some cell phone footage that shows like some flashing lights on the 4th floor. You can't tell if it's shots or not. Like, I don't know at that
you don't
point.
know what it is.
But it's just weird. Like, so like those are some questions you need answering. If they're like, okay, we know that there was a police report saying that there was a suspect on the 4th floor. Actually, what it was this. But you don't hear that, right? So that's why a lot of people are like, fuck, these questions aren't answered. And that was point number 3. Law enforcement authorities discussing a possible suspect on the 4th floor. I don't know about this one. Some people say like it's impossible for this guy to kill and wound 573 people by himself.
No, that 100%,
if you have that dense of a mass of people,
and listen, if he's shooting assault rifles with full metal jackets, those will go right through people. Like they don't break apart in the body; they go right through.
Okay, let's talk about some things.
Some
here.
of the people that are
Noah Hernandez. Wouldn't the bump stop hurt his shoulder after the first 100 rounds? I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so either, because I have an SKS and it's nowhere near the same thing. But you can do this trick where you loop your thumbs through your belt and hold it in a hip fire motion, and it's a semi-automatic, and you hook your thumb into one of your belt loop. And I think you can kind of rig the clip in so it'll shoot 10, I think, and it'll shoot, and the recoil will push your hand back, but because your thumb's in your pant loop, it'll keep going back and forth, and it'll feel like you shoot an automatic rifle. And I can hold that with little, like, my thumb's a little sore after 10, but I've done that like 4 or 5 times after. But if you had like a proper stock that was made to do that with like a huge cushion and stuff.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and watch people shooting a bump stock, and the recoil is absorbed by the spring, and the spring pushes back to pull the trigger again.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, if that was your mission to shoot all those people, a sore shoulder is not going to stop you. I don't think.
No.
But the one thing is, like, someone with no like prior military background or no background really in like rifles at all, until like recently before this, where he bought them all. Like, he knew how to use, like, I don't know. People say like, oh, there's no way he know how to use all that shit. But like, I don't know. Like, if you're really on a mission, you can use it.
The one that really was like a really weird coincidence to me is I watched the CNN video where they had one of the girls and she was like, oh, it was my 21st birthday. And she was like, I'm terrified to go on flights and all this stuff. And they're like, oh, well, like, this is crazy. Like, can you tell us like about what was happening? And she goes, oh, well, it was crazy because there was like this Hispanic lady like in the front row freaking out, telling everyone to leave because we're all going to die.
Yeah.
Leave, we're all going to die. And the security escorted her out and she was freaking out. And 45 minutes later, the shot started. And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking."
Yeah, she was
weird.
like, she was screaming at people, saying, "You're all gonna die! You're all gonna die!"
Like, where's it? Like, bring in this lady. This is weird. When you're just spraying, yeah.
Not when you're just spraying. Yeah, like if there's 22,000 people and you're just shooting,
and
people are getting hit, and the bullets going through two people at a time.
Those bullets, when they hit, they ricochet. They break apart, hitting concrete and stuff, and ricochet. So that 500 injured. Like, it doesn't mean like critically injured or critically wounded. Like,
they're hit.
You know what I mean? Or it could be like, someone like bailed, jumping over the fence. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they count like that accounts for.
I guarantee some people got trampled and some people like got hurt that way. But for the most part, there was a lot of gunshot. There was a couple of local people from Kelowna.
Yeah.
Or from our, like, close to us, who actually, one guy died. One girl died.
Rebecca says, you need to see the view from the hotel room. It's closer than it looks on the diagram.
I didn't think it was that far away to begin with.
I don't believe that. I went to WrestleMania and like all my pictures look like I was a fucking eons away, but like they don't do it justice. Like I was right there. So whenever I see pictures, I don't believe the distance at all. I know it's closer than it seems.
Right. And Tim Feisbach, bump stocks also have no pressure at all on the shoulder, which was I thought too. Like if you shot, the recoil of the shot would get absorbed by the spring.
Yeah.
So I think you could shoot a whole fucking bunch of them.
Because they're made for that, right?
They're made for it.
They're made to do that, so they wouldn't make it to hurt you, so you couldn't shoot them all day.
What's weird for me, okay, this is a weird thing for a lot of people. 72 minutes before the police went into the guy's room.
That's crazy.
72.
Well,
and the guys were standing outside the room for 10 minutes. But I guess they don't know what's inside, right?
They don't know. And they like, at that point, you got to think like, they would think that, like, I know they would think that like you wouldn't kick down that door because you would be worried about
some
explosives
fucking
or some sort of booby trap at that
some
point.
Improvised device that blows up.
And you'd be 100% worried about him just standing there with a fully automatic rifle because like,
yeah,
right. Who wants to be the first one through that door?
Yeah, that's super weird.
Right, like
there's just a lot of weird things. He sent $100,000 to the Philippines the week before.
Yeah, it was weird. But I'll never criticize the first responders. That like I couldn't imagine the absolute like stress on them to like go up there and even to go out on that floor and be the ones to first go through. But
you think if the guy is shooting thousands of people,
yeah,
and that's your job is to protect people, and you're sitting there for 10 minutes as he's still firing.
That's hard, man. It's a hard one.
Like, you don't know what call, right?
You don't know what you're walking into. I wouldn't want to.
But the thing is this, okay, you don't have to be at the
We're all people. We're all scared.
No, right? I know, okay. But listen to this. So you get up there. You figure out the room. You're there. You don't want to be there when you kick that. You have a little fucking charge that blows the door open and you snap back. So even if there was an improvised device, you're not getting, like, you could stay at a safe distance, right? I don't know. That's just a weird one. What else we got? Even
the NRA wants to get rid of bump stocks now. They're completely useless unless you're crazy. Well, I think the motive, like if this was all a false flag thing, like people are saying, was the motive to get rid of bump stocks?
I don't think bump stocks.
Probably not.
I think the motive, if there is a motive behind it, say it is some type of false flag. I don't know. Obviously, we're not.
It's still fresh.
We're not in the position to know if it's a false flag or not. Like obviously, a lot of people died. It's insane. But if there was a motive, I think it's more about, like surveillance state. I think they want to put in a lot more security and fucking metal detectors and all the security stuff at all these hotels now and anywhere with like any public place now. Supposedly, they want to make people think that it's not safe to go. So they want to put in all these new security measures, kind of like after 9/11, right? This airport security went just through the roof. Now they want any like public gathering to be like fully secured in every way, right? So but like I don't know. At this point,
Derek Kruger, my thing is, if you're trying to kill a bunch of people, wouldn't you just take 2 or 3 of the best guns with a crap of ton of ammo? Why take 20?
That's true.
It does look way better for police and investigators when they find 20 And isn't it way easier to make the argument to say we need gun laws if you only had one gun, it's easy to get one gun. When they say, well, he has fucking 20 guns, look how easy he got 20 guns. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty, like, even when I saw that, I was like, he had fucking 20 guns? Like, wow. Like, that's a lot of guns. So I think, will it help with the gun laws down there? Maybe, I don't know. But it's weird that you would have that many fucking guns to do that.
You know what? My point of view with gun control in America now, it's too late.
Oh, yeah.
There's too many guns. People are not going to give them up willingly.
No.
Like in Canada, we have no, like I have 4 guns personally. I have 4 rifles. I have a shotgun. There's a lot of guns up here. But to get a semi-automatic, any type of like assault rifle or anything, that is pretty hard.
Dudes, invest in metal detectors. You know what, though? You should have invested in metal detectors before this because the people who would be in the know have already done that.
And we got barrels warp. Yeah, they do. I get that. 100 rounds. Probably your barrel's red hot, maybe.
You know what, though? That could be a good argument for having the second guns and stuff setting up, right? You fire.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so if you really want, say you're a fucking madman, you lost your shit, and you want to do some damage, you set up 10 guns in a row, all fully loaded. You empty a clip, you toss it on the ground. You don't have to take no time to reload. You just grab the next one and start shooting. I don't know if that's what he did. Like, I don't know if all the guns were actually fired in the fucking thing. There's a lot of unanswered questions still. We don't know all the answers. But one thing that I found really weird, if you can look up a lot of other, they say there was other shootings like the Bellagio and shit. I don't know if that's true or not, but from the local people, like we had a couple prolapses. Like, no, like the first story was like there was shootings at multiple hotels, and then all of a sudden now it was this one shooter at the, what was it? Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay.
So there's a lot of like, and there's also there's cell phone footage of there's like someone filming the hotel, and there's like shots. You can hear shots, and they're really loud, and then it stops, and then you hear shots, but they don't sound as close. They sound like a different like point of firing.
Yeah.
So that's some people say, oh, definitely multiple shooters. We're like, well, like if there's multiple shooters, say there was on the 4th floor someone shooting, the hotel is full of people. Someone would have heard like another floor of shooters.
Yeah, 4th floor.
Like even if you're using a suppressor, like suppressor's still like within a short range, you can hear it, right?
Yeah.
It's not completely silent.
Rebecca wants us to call her. She's got so much info you need.
Yeah,
we'll have to.
She was the one. Rebecca wants to call in. Rebecca, if you want to Skype us right now, Meteor.studios, we'll take a call.
The echo between the buildings may have been. Yeah, that's very true.
Echo's a really, really fast thing, though, right? In a short range, and the fucking. So say you had a building is 200 meters away, the echo is going to be like 20 milliseconds. It's going to be really quick, right? I
always try to look like what I've been looking for, really, like as I've been just staying on top of this and just kind of looking at the new information as it comes out for us. I've been trying to look at like who or what could benefit from something like this, and as you put, like security companies and stuff. But then I also came across an article that was talking about after 9/11 that they signed an act where like hotels, casinos, and arenas and stuff shouldn't be like they shouldn't be hurt from terrorist attacks. So they'd be given money to help with like remarketing and stuff to hurt, because it hurts the business and stuff to be to have this kind of like black mark on them. Oh, for
sure, yeah.
And I read a report that Mandalay Bay is like looking at an insurance payout of $200 million because of this.
Wow.
And realistically, the damage that's done to that hotel would be a door, 2 windows, and I guess the carpet and the room where he shot himself.
They're saying that people like that now they don't want to stay at Mandalay Bay because of the shooting, right?
Yeah, that's bullshit though. That's one of the first things I did was look up.
What's happened now with these mass shootings is people have become numb. A week, 2, 3 weeks goes by, people forget. And
you know what people did? I went on Expedia the next day out of curiosity to look at a flight to Mandalay Bay, and it was one of the most searched things on Expedia.
Was they thought they'd be super cheap or something, right?
Thought they'd be super cheap. So people don't even give a fuck, man. They were just looking for
people
a deal.
Are fucking numb,
so
man.
Like, why do they need a $200 million payout? Why do they need to receive $200 million? Because
here's the thing with the shootings in the States. Sure, this one is the worst it was the worst in modern history. There was worse ones before that killed like African people and Native people.
Yeah.
Where they just murdered like 1,000 of them, right?
Yeah.
This was not that. This was only like 150 years ago. So this is the biggest modern day shooting.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest one ever. People say like, oh, it's the biggest ever, but no, you guys killed a lot of people. Not you guys, obviously, but people back then.
What do you mean, you guys?
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you
here
people?
comes Rebecca right now.
All right, let's see if she will work through here. I don't know if on Facebook Live if you guys can hear
I don't know,
it
but that's
or
okay.
not.
We'll still talk with Rebecca for a little bit.
Hello, Rebecca. Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes, we can.
Is this recording through our feed?
Oh, it's
No, just hold on. Bear with us for 1 second, Rebecca.
No, it's good. We're recording.
Oh,
Everything's
okay,
good.
let's go. We're live. Nice to have you on, Rebecca.
So
Yeah.
Rebecca, you're from Las Vegas.
Yeah, I live here. Yep.
So you witnessed the mayhem.
So I'm an Uber driver actually, and
yeah.
I happened to be down the street when it happened, and yeah, I mean, I guess the short version is I ended up in there helping take people to the hospital, and after that, it was just getting people out of the like, I don't want to be dramatic, but the quote unquote like kill zone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible, dude. It was really bad.
So you give us your summary of like what happened. What did you see happen from the start till whenever you stopped driving people from the zone?
So I heard about what was going on about 10 minutes after the initial shooting was started. So at the time, when I say we, I'm talking about my roommate and I and a couple other Uber drivers that we know. So yeah, we heard about it initially about 10 minutes after the shots were first fired. And when we got there, there were just bodies lined up on kind of like the outside perimeter they had formed. I mean, so within 10 minutes, they had already set up these little triage areas. And yeah, we just got there. And I'll tell you this, the first girl, she lived, she's okay. But when I first pushed in there, I pulled up to a woman that was like all dressed out in like, you know, kind of like SWAT riot gear. And she was like, you can't be here. And I'm like, look, I've got an empty car. You don't have enough ambulances. And she was like, all right, go, and waved me through. And they just put this gunshot victim in my car. So when I first got there, I had no clue what I was going to run into. And the first thing I get is a girl that got shot. And so I was like rushing to the hospital, and I realized that like I'm in a civilian vehicle. Like I have to stop at all these stoplights, and just then an ambulance comes behind me, and I'm like light bulb, and I booked it behind that guy and put on my hazards and followed him to the hospital. And yeah, I got her there and got her out. And as soon as I got her out, I got on the phone with another girl that I guess she had used my phone to call some people. And I got on the phone with another girl who was at Excalibur at that time, and which is Excalibur, if you don't know, is right across the street from the venue. It's like 2 hotels down from Mandalay Bay. And she was stuck in there, and she didn't know at the time that the girl I had in the car was actually the twin sister of the girl she was with. And she was like,
oh, what?
Well, so she was like, Natalia got shot. And I was like, well, I just dropped Gianna off. And she's like, well, Gianna got shot too. She had no idea. So it turns out these were 17-year-old twins that both got shot and both lived.
And you guys separately carried them to the hospital.
Yep. So one guy actually, it was on 2020. One guy actually stayed with the twin that got shot in the shoulder and it punctured her lung. He actually stayed with her at the hospital. The one that got shot in the hip, I was the one that took her to the hospital. But after that, I went back out and got more people. So.
Okay. If you can't hear us on Facebook Live, Rebecca's telling her story. She's an Uber driver.
Yeah. Someone just gave me a great idea to put the headset on the mic, so let's see if that works.
So let's do a quick summary. She was an Uber driver. She picked up
a gunshot victim,
followed an ambulance to the hospital, and when she got there, another Uber driver had picked up that girl's sister, who was also
no,
no,
not an Uber driver. It was just another guy that stayed with her.
Oh, just another guy, but ended up being her sister.
Basically, the girl that I had, she did not know that her sister had been shot. She just tried calling her sister because they got separated. So when I got on the phone with her friend, this is a really confusing story. I'm sorry.
No. It's all good.
But her friend was the one that called me because she tried calling her friend from my phone. So when her friend got in touch with me, she was locked inside of Excalibur, just freaking out. I think I don't know if she was just hysterical, if she had been drinking or what, but she wasn't really coherent. But she was screaming about how Natalia got shot, and I told her I dropped off Gianna, and those are the two sisters' names. She had no idea the other sister had gotten shot. So
Crazy.
At that point, I was under the impression that, the other sister had gotten shot and died, and it was awful. I'm putting on a headset, so maybe this will help.
Oh no, we're on our end. We're okay.
On our end, we're
There?
okay. And I think Facebook Live can hear you now. So tell us.
Okay.
They got reunited.
They got reunited. So what were the initial things? Like, what was there anything strike you as odd about what was getting reported down
Yeah.
there?
So the kind of stuff that you guys probably want to hear is this. So like when we were out there, we kept hearing more and more reports, in the first, I'd say hour. We were having pretty much updates every like minute to minute, and we were getting this from either people we had in the car with us that were at the shooting, or because you have to keep in mind, I took that one girl to the hospital, but when I went back, it was just pulling out carfuls of like 6 or 7 people at a time just to get them out of the kill zone. Yeah. So it was rush in, grab a bunch of people, get out, and they had like 5 minutes to hear everybody's story and then get back in. You know what I mean? But I can tell you this. Every single person said it sounded like multiple shooters. But you have to keep in mind that in that area, and you have to actually be there to understand this too. So a lot of people speculate, but they don't understand that when you're there, it's different. If you hear a gunshot coming from the room, then you hear it echo, then you hear it hit the ground, then you hear that bullet ricochet. So you're talking about so many different sounds in an area that's echoey that it's very easy for people to get confused and hear a bunch of different sounds. But the thing that kind of threw us for a loop and what we were so afraid about going back in there every time we went back in was that we did not know that the active shooter part had been called off until about 2 hours into this. So the whole time we were going in, we were being told multiple shooters. We were being told that this was like a full-blown terror attack on the city. So we were hearing there were bomb threats. So I don't know if you or any of your listeners are familiar with the Strip, but Mandalay is the very last casino at the south point of the Strip. And then from there, you've got Luxor, Excalibur, New York, and all the way up to like, I guess there's like 4 or 5 casinos up to the Mirage, right? So you're talking about a span of maybe like 1.5 miles, 2 miles that is having reports of basically every other casino having a shooter in it. So they had the entire area blocked off. I had at one point an FBI agent come up to my car because I was at that point like, I'm probably getting in trouble for this. I was actually sneaking around a lot because we were told we couldn't go into like this kill zone area, but I just kept following the ambulances into there because you had people that would be hiding behind like a fence or in bushes, or I had one girl that hid inside of a refrigerator. I had 3 girls that were in Jason Aldean's trailer with him. Like, people were trickling out after, an hour or 2 hours. Nobody had an idea. So you'd find all these people that were just running down the streets, ducking and covering, and nobody was around them. And you knew that they had just been hiding somewhere, So we were just, I don't know, we were kind of just breaking a bunch of laws just to be able to be in there and pull them out, But nobody was going to stop us, you know what I mean? It wasn't like we were worried about it.
God damn, you're a goddamn hero.
Yeah. It's good.
No, and that's, I have to say, that's the thing. Like, the people that were in there and that were shielding people's bodies with their bodies, like, those people are heroes. The people of, like, law enforcement that risk their lives every day to go and do that shit, like, they're heroes.
You know what, though? You could have drove home and you didn't. So that's,
I could have, but you know what it was? It's not that I'm a hero.
People forget that.
It's not that I'm a hero. It's that I'm a good person. And anybody that was in the situation that I was in at the time and was able to help, I think anybody that had a half a heart would see that they were just in the right place at the right time. So I'm not like some ballsy, brave person. I'm just somebody that did the right thing when it was there,
For sure.
No, it's crazy.
It's a crazy story. That's insane.
So, like now looking back on it now, like what are your thoughts? Like, what do you think? Like, how do you feel about it? Do you think it was, with what you heard and stuff? How do you feel with them claiming that it was just this one guy?
I mean,
who left no manifesto? Seemingly,
I will say this:
18 rifles.
I will say this. I know it's reported that he had something like between the room and his homes, he had something like over 40 of these guns. And like, I don't know. I mean, I love your guys' show, right? So you obviously know that I'm into like kind of conspiracy theory stuff. And I always kind of want to look on the side of like, well, what are they not telling us? But I can't speak to details of names or anything because it's not my place to do this. But I know people on the force that were involved in being figuring all of this out. I guess is kind of how I have to say this. But knowing the people that I know and trusting them the way that I do, I don't believe the hype in there being a fourth floor shooter. I don't believe in the hype of there being the shooters on the ground, like all these. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of this guy that like it looks like he's firing a gunshot from the crowd, and it's a very abstract. Yeah, don't believe that. It's bullshit.
Well, and let's go hypothetical.
Okay.
There's you guys have open carry laws, so it could have been. I could make a stretch and say that someone was there who had an open carry license, who was shooting,
for sure,
who was shooting at buildings where he thought the shooter was shooting.
So the thing is that like first off, I don't know. I've heard conflicting. I can't really speak to this. I know that they weren't allowing open carry or concealed carries in the venue. But I have heard reports of the people that were involved with the actual artists that were there, that they were all carrying, and they were all like saying how they were afraid to even draw their weapons because they didn't know what was going on. They didn't want the cops to target them. At that point, you basically got a bunch of people with guns that can't do anything because what are you going to do? You can't shoot your gun at the hotel room. You have no idea where those shots are coming from.
You're accountable for that.
Exactly. Bullet. So something like that, it's unfortunate, but like everybody is just fucked at that point because you have this one, and it looks so much worse on a map. But when you go to that hotel room, because I've been in that hotel, I know people that work at that hotel, and when you look down at the crowd, I mean, I have an AR, right? I've shot an AR. I'm actually pretty decent with an AR, but like I could take what he had and shoot down into that crowd and kill that many people. Because it's such a densely crowded area.
It's just, it really took it was literally just point and click kind of thing.
Yeah. And at this point, as far as conjecture goes, I mean, there is still, for me, the whole thing of him having accomplices. His whole backstory doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like there's so many things you can speculate in this. But as far as like, could he have pulled it off by himself? From the things that I have been told and shown and seen myself, absolutely he could have. As far as motive and all of that, I mean, you never know, but with the amount of money he had, I mean, who knows what the hell he was doing. I mean, you don't have to.
Here's my question, because in Canada, like, it's hard to get guns.
It's easy to get guns. It's hard to get those kind of guns.
It's hard to get those kind of guns. It's hard to get a license. And I'm sure if I went tomorrow and I started for the next week purchasing 18 guns, I would raise red flags.
100%.
Red flags would be raised. How difficult would it be to get that many guns in a short span? Because I watched the interview with his brother, and his brother, like I watched the interview a couple of times, and he seems genuinely shocked at the amount of guns that his brother had, because he said he's like, wow, I never knew him to have any.
Yeah. From all the reports that we've heard, and again, we being, I don't want to act like I'm just some like random person here that's just like pulling shit out of my ass. Like I'm not going to say who I know, but I do know people, right? And so the people, from what I understand, the people that I've heard, he has been stockpiling the shit for a long time across multiple state lines, and everything he has done has been on the up and up. He's had background checks done. He's been vetted in every way. He doesn't have any like severe mental history of anything, and he doesn't have any criminal background. And so I can't speak to any. I'm obviously not involved, so I can't speak to anything to be certain. But I don't know.
So
I
you-
don't necessarily know that we
So you
live
guys
in a
don't
state
have,
that
like,
it
some
would.
sort of national database. So like, if you tomorrow started for the next 2 weeks started amassing an arsenal of 20 rifles, high-powered rifles,
Nope.
and various things, like you guys, I guess, because I don't know how it works. Because like in Canada, we have to apply through the RCMP, which is our essentially FBI, our everything, to get a firearms possession and acquisition license, and then you have to scan that every time you buy a rifle. So essentially, I'm sure the RCMP know every time that I purchase a rifle or ammunition.
So here, it's not like that. Unfortunately, a lot of I say unfortunately because I don't know. I guess I have my own opinions. I'll leave that out of it. But no, here, it's a lot easier to get stuff like that done. Like, there's no federal database. There's like state databases, but you're not required to register every single gun you own in every single state, and there's nothing federal that goes by it. So some states are a little stricter about you having to do stuff like that, but here, like the guns that are in my home, they're not all registered. So, and there's different people living in my home too, but it's not.
Rebecca has unregistered guns.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't mean like that. Like, I mean, like, there's not like some federal database that's around that says like you've got this. You know what I mean?
And part of me is like, if this isn't, it boggles my mind that there's no motive. There's flimsy reports of notes and there's a lot of
So there's
notes,
but there's notes, but there's not suicide.
There's like not
notes.
a manifest and stuff, and like a lot of these people who get these like grand jury ideas and stuff usually leave a manifest.
Right, you've got like Timothy McVeigh and all of this. Like, why everybody didn't eat everything, but
They off themselves and then they tell you why.
Yeah,
right?
have you watched a documentary about? It's pretty much, I think it's called Oklahoma, and it talks about how like the FBI involvement in in these dealings with these isolated religious groups kind of led to radicalizing Tim McVeigh. It's really good.
Yeah, with Waco and with what was the one about the
really interesting.
There was the other one where like the family got shot in like Oregon or something.
I gotta go. I gotta step outside the door. Try not to get hungry.
Yeah, well, like we said we're gonna do a power hour, and we're almost there. So
let's keep it going.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. Braden's gonna take a quick pee here.
Wait, power hour? I'm gonna get another beer.
Oh yeah, everyone.
I guess that's the same in Canada and the U.S.
Beer is the same. It's a universal constant right there.
I don't know. We also have. I'm gonna have another shot of tequila, I think.
Oh, she's going tequila.
What's that?
You're going tequila.
Yeah, no, I'm going like little halvesy shots. I'm doing little like bitch shots just to get me through the night. So I wanted to keep my composure so I could come on the show with you.
No, we really appreciate you coming here and telling your story. Like it's insane. Everything that happened down there is just insane. We can't like being up here. We don't really hear anything besides like your like national news reports, which sometimes can be a little dodgy. So it's nice to have like an actual like firsthand account of what really went down on the ground.
Well, yeah, for sure. If you got more, I don't really know what else to say, but if you guys have more questions about stuff, I'd be happy to answer them.
Well, like we have questions, but there's questions that you can't answer, and like no one can really answer unless they're like you were one of the cops in the room, right? That's what I really want to know. I really want to know what went on in that hotel room. What was really, really there? If there was a note.
And
so the things
days to come, we're gonna find out more and more information.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that I can say, the only information I know that I can say is that from the time that they found out there was the shooter till the time that they actually breached the room was 75 minutes. But that was also met with after the first like 10, 15 minutes, there was no sound. There was nothing. So they spent a lot of time trying to get in, but so those hallways, I mean, like, have you seen like The Shining?
Yeah.
Like, you know how those hallways are just long and like desolate, and they have to make their way down.
Insane.
Yeah. So like there's a long distance that they have to get to figure this out. So I'm sure, I mean, I have no idea what was on their mind. I'm not a cop. I can't speculate, but I know, I can tell you this firsthand. Anybody out there, that is saying that this is a false flag in the sense of like it didn't happen and these are crisis actors, or anybody out there that, you know, wants to judge the people in law enforcement that were involved in this, like they can eat a dick because
It's
being
hard.
there,
You wouldn't know what to do. You're the first responders are all getting conflicted reports because people are calling 911 with different things in different accounts, saying different things.
Exactly.
So they are immediately stretched beyond thin, trying
Exactly.
to respond the best they can. So even
well,
though, like
and so,
until they really
and the-
found out that it was the 32nd floor, like they probably had people checking everywhere. They probably had reports of gunfires from other hotels and stuff. They were probably spread so thin, it's unbelievable.
yeah. Well, and the other thing people need to look at is this too. I can go out right now and take a picture of Mandalay Bay for you and show you that everybody who thinks there were shots coming from the 4th floor, there's no broken window there. So like they can
Yeah.
automatically put that shit to sleep. Like people need to drop that one, you know?
Yeah. So you heard it her first, fourth floor shooter, kiboshed.
Kibosh the 4th floor.
Yeah, no, I totally just nixed that one. We're done. I'm taking a shot on that. So
Yeah, the whole situation.
you guys can't see me, but I'm raising my glass to the victims and their families
Yeah.
of this shooting before I take
Raise
the
your
shot.
glasses to everyone affected by that shooting down there. It's absolutely insane.
Absolutely. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy is right.
Okay. Anyways, Rebecca, we're gonna let you go now. Thanks for calling in and giving us your report.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't downplay.
No,
what
I
you
love
did.
you
Like,
guys.
that was
You're
that
a
was
hero.
heroic. That's
You're a hero in your own way.
you did. That was brave. So don't.
No, that means a lot, guys. I love you guys, and yeah, keep fighting the good fight. Call me if you need anything.
We'll do. Thanks,
Sounds good.
Rebecca.
Thank you very much.
Good one.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Headphones back on. Fuck you, Sidney Bernstein. Sidney Bernstein said, I would rather watch reruns of Corner Gas than listen to any more of this trash. Fuck you. You've never watched Corner Gas in your life.
Goddamn
you little
liar.
bitch. He is a lie.
Goddamn lie. Anyways, the whole situation down there
Crazy.
it's bonkers, man. I really hate when people say like that shit is a hoax. And they're like, that's just a hoax, like it's all done by the media. Like, no, people fucking died, man. A
Yeah.
lot of people died, a lot of people are injured. Locally, even local people here, like girl is fucking dead, man. I guess there's a student from the local college here. He died there.
Really?
He died. They lowered all the fucking college flags and like it was a big deal.
Man Dansbridge.
Man, that's a great name.
That's a good name.
Man's Dansbridge.
Man Danbridge. That's
Cheers,
just
buddy.
That's a cheers to having a fucking great name. Did your parents? Is your name Manuel or Manuel, and you just go by Man Danbridge? But either way, Man Danbridge says, "Wish I could have a beer, but work frowns on it." Wah.
No excuses, Blake a champion.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. You can, you know what? If it's not see through, they don't know if you're drinking.
Put her in a cup. What was that
that?
noise? I have no idea what that noise
Someone
was.
keeps messaging us to check our DMs, but I don't think we can because we've got the live feed unless you do
I
it
can
on
do
your
it on my
phone.
phone. DM on the phone. Let's see what we got.
Haley wants to know if they found anything on the guy's computer.
I do not know.
We don't know yet, but we will eventually do it. We'll probably do a designated case file because in the days and weeks and months to come, I'm sure there'll be more speculation, more information coming out.
Right. I heard about this. Marco Leal. There's a guy on the 4chan, I guess it's like a message board, and he was saying like pretty much don't go out in Vegas at this time because there's a great event going to happen. He pretty much like blew the whistle on this. Something was going to happen. So supposedly someone knew. I gotta bring it up because I did read that. So I'm gonna fucking try.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and bring that up right now.
Well, while you're bringing it up right now, I'm gonna say it's totally possible someone knew because I've heard reports that he had prostitutes. I still think I haven't heard where he amassed all the weapons, so I've always thought maybe he's got them locally, which means that he got people to help him. Like maybe he paid people to bring them or paid people to buy them. I'm not sure.
Okay, this guy's message on the 4chan message boards, on the anonymous message boards, I guess.
What was the date and time?
I'm gonna get to that here. Anyways, it said the user, I think he just called himself John, stay away from Las Vegas due to a coming deadly attack. The mysterious 4chan user, who went only by the name John, made a series of, at the time, overlooked posts. He warned other users to avoid gatherings of large groups of people in Las Vegas or nearby Henderson areas. John claimed to have inside knowledge of what he referred to as a high-incident project that was due to take place soon. The messages posted by John on either September 10th or 11th, depending on where you look, don't in fact predict any specific catastrophe. He only said vaguely that some kind of incident would occur the following day in Las Vegas or Henderson. Henderson must be like the county, or
Yeah,
I'm not really sure about that. And that a harbinger of this disaster will be three black vans parked next to each other. I don't
know what the fuck that means.
According to an alleged screenshot, an archivist's comments reposted to the 4chan after the day of the shooting with the thread title, Anonymous John predicted Vegas attack. The anonymous user issued the warning the day before the 16th anniversary of September 11th terrorist attack. So what happened on October 1st was the shooting, right?
Yeah, so he said...
So a few weeks before.
September 10th.
Yeah. And then another post was, look, I feel bad for some of you guys on this website. So I'll let you in on a little secret. If you live in Vegas or Henderson area, stay inside tomorrow. Don't go anywhere where there are large groups of people. Also, if you see three black vans parked next to each other, immediately leave the area. You're welcome. John.
But that he said tomorrow, and that was supposedly posted before September 11th, the anniversary of September 11th. That's what that said.
Yeah.
So to me, that was predicting something for September 11th.
Yeah.
Right. And now, could it be? I could easily hash that up to coincidence. And people always coincidences aren't that rare.
You can make a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Because I remember in I had a law class, and the professor who taught it, he was telling us that coincidences, he's like, they aren't rare. They happen all the time. They're not special. And he goes, there's 28 of us, and he goes, I guarantee you 2 people in here share the same birthday. And then sure enough, 2 people in the class shared the same birthday. 28 people.
Well, that's a little different than saying
you have 365 days, and out of 20 people, you have 2 people.
It'd been one thing if he said next week, don't go to
Vegas. There's gonna be but you know what I mean. But the thing is,
maybe he did know. Say he didn't. Hypothetically, he knew, or maybe it was this guy himself posting anonymously,
and he wasn't sure what he's doing.
It took him that much nerve to work up.
Well,
right?
I had read reports that
Henderson is a city next to Vegas. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Thank you.
I had also heard reports that he was he had bought tickets or something.
He had tickets to
Lollapalooza,
future festivals,
events,
right?
Yeah. In hotels that overlook these events. So maybe he just wasn't sure. But man, okay, let's theorize a little bit.
Sure.
Let's say this is a setup. Let's say he's the patsy, right? What you need to look for in the coming months is what changes from this, and what did they use this to gain?
What comes from it,
right? And that's where we start to figure out where. And it might not be tomorrow, it might not be next month, right? It
could be 6 months from now.
It could be down the road. But what changes from here because of this event? Right? Like we know 9/11, we went in and we started. It was
brought on the surveillance state, right?
Surveillance state. We use it to jumpstart a war. Right,
multiple wars.
Just proxy wars.
Patriot Act.
So this will be interesting, and I think everyone's just got to keep an eye on what, because I think a lot of the times they use this stuff and they use the people become very passionate about it, right? It really feels a passion, and they get people to vote on things and do things that they wouldn't normally do because they're not thinking clearly. They're thinking fuck this, we can't let this happen anymore. But I think we just got to look at who wants what out of it. If it is something like a black flag or something like that, what's to come of it? That's what I'm waiting to see.
False flags always have an end game, right?
Yeah, an end game. There's something to gain from the
because there was the Gulf of Tonkin, right, for Vietnam. There's the Bay of Pigs. They try and invade Cuba.
Yeah. There's
weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yeah.
There's always a false narrative of something
to get
what they want.
Yeah,
you're not just going to tell people all right, now there's going to be surveillance and extra metal detectors and all this extra stuff at casinos and any public gathering for no reason. That's the conspiracy side of it.
Tiffany Duda says, what do you guys think about the girl interview that been interviewed at 2 other mass shootings? You're going to have to send me a picture, but
I hear that a lot of times.
I'll tell you this. If you send me a video of just like a brunette white girl, I'm going to say like not all white brunette girls look the same. And I've seen those, the ones who say they're at Sandy Hook and the Boston bombing. I was like, they're not the same girl.
I have seen some convincing videos of it, though.
I've seen ones where you're like, they're pretty similar looking.
I've seen legit ones from I can't remember what Boston bombing and at the Pulse nightclub shooting. The same girl.
You think same girl?
It looked. I can't say for sure, obviously, but there is that stuff does happen.
Yeah,
there is like crisis actors is a proven thing. News teams will use crisis actors to portray the event because they cannot get the story from people who are there. So they'll plant people to be like, oh, I'm so distraught, like this happened, like blah blah blah, and you're like, it looks fake almost. It doesn't look like a person in trauma.
Well, okay, so I can. That's not to say the thing doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't say the news. Yeah,
and like I'm sure everyone knows it. All the major news outlets are fucking owned by the powers that be. Like they're all propaganda machines.
The programs they want ratings, right? They want the ratings,
and so like without a doubt, like if you see that, like it's them planning because they want to spin the story that makes it the most entertaining.
It's a program.
Yeah,
it's a news program. They want people to watch. They want people to get invested in it. And if you just give like a boring story of the accounts, like okay, there's a shooter, blah 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 blah. You don't interview anyone. Like you can't interview anyone. Then people don't really watch. But if you now say that happens,
like, I don't know what happened. Like it's crazy.
The event happens. People get shot. People die. You can't just fucking take these victims off the street who are fucking bleeding.
Distraught and
you can't interview them. Yeah. So they fucking place in a couple crisis actors like, all right, say you were here and this happened to you.
Yeah, you need to give
your
a
account
narrative
of what happened.
Yeah.
And they already kind of know what happened, so they kind of go off that narrative. But they get a couple facts wrong a little bit, and you're like, wait, like if you were there, you would not get that wrong.
Yeah.
So then people say like, well, it's a crisis actor, obviously. And a lot of time, I guarantee there is crisis actors at some of these things. Does not mean it's a hoax.
No.
It just means that the news team there is trying to get the best story for themselves, right?
Yeah,
they want the best story for themselves.
Yeah,
which is crazy in its own.
It's super greasy.
It's fucking greasy as hell.
But and you know what though? I'm sure like I'd be curious to see. Fuck you, Sydney Bernstein. See you sending me texts.
Canadian internet. Hey, don't you guys worry. I'm getting fiber optic. It's gonna be way better
next week. I think the rest of your house is listening in.
Who is?
Isn't that go up?
Oh yeah, we got a couple in the house listening.
They're in the house.
What's that? The fucking
I don't remember.
That's a horror movie.
Yeah, where the girl
and have you checked the children? And the girl's like,
what? The call's coming from in the house.
Grab the call. The call's coming from the upstairs bedroom. Get out of the house quick. By that time, it's too late. Fuck. It's over.
Well, I think that's psycho, but I can't remember who.
I'm saying that's just the fucking slasher.
Jason Hammer, Canadian internet. See you at turkey dinner tomorrow, bud.
I don't get it.
Well, I go for little fun fact. I know Jason.
You know this guy. All right.
And we will be at turkey dinner tomorrow night.
Have a delicious dinner.
You know Jason too. He used to live.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah, he used to live just over there.
Well, I don't know where he lived, but
he may be dating someone that we both know.
Okay, interesting. It's funny how the stuff just pops up.
That is funny.
All these random connections.
Yeah. What else we got? What else you want to talk about? I think we've talked about Vegas lots.
The Vegas.
Well, wait. We need more information.
We need more information. We're not the ones that are going to fucking make claims at all.
Rebecca says we do all look alike. I'm sure.
Talk about white brunette girls.
White brunette girls. Yeah. Well. I don't know, what else?
Well, we're supposed to be a power hour. We got a power and a half.
We got power an hour and a half. But like, I'm having a good time. We still got some beers to drink.
We have some other business to take care of, but we can do that.
We do. Yeah. I've got nothing to do.
Talk about aliens.
All night to do it. Well, why don't we do this?
All right.
Let's we're probably gonna have to grab a couple more beers.
We're out of beers.
So let's do this. Let's talk about whatever you guys want. Talk about sirens. You guys Want to talk like the fucking people who sang to the pirates and shit? Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like those sirens, or the sirens that like lured pirates to
The
their
siren's call, I think, is what we talk about, right?
No, those
Was it sailors?
Sailors,
Sirens
yeah.
lured sailors?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I
sent you a crazy story about one of our friends. I think he did. Derek, let me fucking pull it up.
Man.
Let me pull that up.
You know it's going to be a good conspiracy? How come my burps sound way worse than anyone else's on the planet?
Your burps are disgusting.
Yeah, they sound
And-
like they kind of gross me out sometimes.
Okay, I'm going to read the story.
Okay.
Derek Kruger sent us a story. He did send this, and I was going to read it, and I totally forgot. So thank you for reminding me. Shit, I was fucking kicked the mic, motherfucker. All right, Derek. He listens to our podcast religiously. He loves it. He's in Las Vegas, and one of his closest friends was lucky to make it out of the Route 91 shooting alive. Here is her story. So I guess this is what she posted on her Facebook page.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So I'm going to read. So he did.
Hold on, make sure we're not in critical failure.
No critical failure.
Yes.
So good. So I guess this is what she posted in her feed. People are trying to get a hold of her after the shooting because no one could get a hold of her.
Yeah.
So she posted this. I'm so blessed to have gotten so many calls, texts, messages, and hugs and love this past 24 hours. Thank you to everyone who took the time out of their day to make sure we are all okay. I'm sorry I didn't reply. I did receive your messages. Everything was just so overwhelming. When everything happened, I thought it was just firecrackers. She's talking about the shooting now, so she was there at the thing. Until my friend standing behind me fell to the ground. I looked down and saw blood all over my arm and legs. I knew something was wrong. I looked at the man standing next to me and I repeated over and over again, I'm so scared, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. When the second round of bullets rang out, he threw his body on top of me and shielded me. He was hit in the leg, but after it stopped, he told me to run. His name is Robert Jones. This guy's a fucking hero. Human shield. Cheers, Robert Jones. I ran until I heard bullets again and dove into a pile of people like it was a swimming pool. I could see the bullets raining on the ground like hail, and it was like at that moment it crossed my mind that I was not going to make it. I was so scared. I was never going to see my family or friends again. But something came over me, and I was like, I'm not sitting here and waiting for someone to come kill me. I'm going to run away as fast and as far away as I possibly can. I jumped up and told everyone to run. I ran towards an opening in the fence by the bar, and security was yelling at me to hurry and keep going, don't stop. Oh, a security guard was running and told me that. I saw him get struck in the head, and he fell to the ground in front of me. He also saved my life, and I wish I could thank his family. That guy's a real fucking hero. Cheers to this guy. Doesn't have a name, security guard.
Nameless security guard.
After that, I found a couple, and I clung to them, begging them not to leave me. That I was alone, and I didn't think my friends survived. They never left me. They kept me running and told me not to look back, to keep my head up and stop crying, that everything was going to be okay. They let me use their phones because I lost mine in the scuffle. Robert Chin found us, or Robert Chin, and helped us not to be running any longer. He drove me to Marco Alberto Pelespero, that must be a hospital, I'm guessing, safe and unharmed. They are all heroes. Because of these few people, I have my life. I couldn't have done it alone. Thank you to all the heroes out there that saved our lives. I will never forget you. Thank God Gaia Capru Latuano was okay. That must be one of her friends. Doesn't really say. She also had angels watching over her. Oh, so yeah, definitely a friend. We are a few of the lucky. Not everyone in our group made it, and that's the most tragic part. We will all get through this together and know that we have so many people who are there for us and care about us. Never take your life for granted. It could change forever in the blink of an eye. Hug your loved ones and always tell them that you love them, even if you're mad. You don't know when your time will come. Cherish every moment and live life as happy as you possibly can. It's such a horrible thing that happened, but the outpour of help from everyone around the world as the tremendous gathering from the community has been amazing, to say the least. Check my Facebook for recent videos of me and donations to the centers that helped us. See how amazing people are. Thanks, guys. That's a crazy story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's legit from someone who was like in the fire, man. That's insane. So thanks Derek Kruger for sending that in, and thanks to your friend who was unnamed in that story. Glad you made it. I'm sorry for the ones who didn't. of your group, and for that security guard who helped you and he took one for you. But it's crazy. The whole shit there is just, I can't even fathom, right?
No,
That
it's
type of
crazy.
event.
Having said that, should
Okay.
should we pretty much end with that story?
I think it is. I think that's gonna be it for our Facebook Live.
Facebook Live, that's it.
We're gonna be trying to do more live stuff. We want to get more live streams going. We want to make the podcast better, and thanks to our Patreon supporters, we can do it.
Making it happen, helping us out.
We got more time. If you want to donate to our Patreon monthly,
To the McCormick Candy Banana Fend, as we like to call it. Let's not even call it Patreon anymore. McCormick Candy Banana Fend.
donate to the Candy Banana Fund. Patreon.com/Alien Theorist. Look us up.
Yeah. Anything helps. $1 gets us 10 McCormick Candy Bananas.
$5 gets us a whole tub. God damn, they're delicious.
Yeah, they are. Tiffany, send us those videos. We love getting them. Send us to the Facebook or Twitter. We'll look at them. Oh my God, tons of. Are you scrolling up or scrolling down?
I'm scrolling up right
Oh
now.
yes, there's tons. Yeah, you can find us on Twitter, find us on Snapchat, find us on Instagram, Alien Theorists. You can look us up all over. We are starting.
We love podcasts so much.
We enjoy doing them.
We are starting the Alien Theorist Network.
ATT Network, not to be confused with the AT&T Network.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
We're starting more podcasts.
More podcasts. So soon, if you like the style that we deliver conspiracies to you in,
Question mark?
I'm confused. I've lost my train of thought. If you like the way we do conspiracy theories, as many people have let us know, we're also going to do a break into true crime with
True Crime Podcast.
ATT redacted true crime stories, and we have a couple friends who are going to be doing those for us up north. They have some insight because they work with in criminal law.
They work in the industry.
They work in the courthouse. So it's going to be really nice. It's really going to be interesting to see. That's going to be released for Patreons only for the first.
Till it's good.
Till it's good. till those guys iron out the kinks.
Every podcast, the first few are not the best ones.
And we want them to get a lot under the belt before we release them to their masses. So that way people have a lot to listen to when they first get in. They can binge it a little bit.
I like to release like 5 or 5 or 10
I
in a
think
row,
so,
right
away. So get people onto it.
Here's my sales pitch. If you're like one of these people who are like, man, I have this awesome idea for a podcast. I don't know how to make a podcast. I don't know what to do. What do I need to buy? If you have a great idea for a podcast, email us at alientheorist.com, specifically me, and be like, hey, this is my idea. I want to do it. If you like, now we have some people listening. We have a following. We have thousands of people now. So if you have an idea for a podcast and you want to do it, you let me know. If we think it's a great idea and you think it's going to work out with our network, we put you on the network.
And the things and some of the topics that we want to we're branching out to we're branching out to kind of all the weird and interesting stories. So it'll be like true crime. It'll be stuff to do with deranged and mentally ill murders and people who do these heinous crimes, and into science, and
I really want to do something with alternative technologies that are suppressed technologies, right?
And stuff like that. We're going to get into some more different podcasts that talk on different things. So we're growing, and there's definitely the balls rolling some things. So you're hearing it here first. That
shit, it's going to get better.
Thanks to the first 50 podcasts. There's going to be definitely second 50. So
keep it unexplained. I like that. Noah Hernandez.
That's exactly.
I like those are the best things. Like, you don't want to talk about something that's already known.
Yeah, just mysteries and just the weird and wonders. That's what we're going for on this with us. So anyways, you know where to find us, at your boys. And guess what? we're going right from this to a non-live podcast. We're going to podcast
Doing
again.
case file 52 right after this.
Right after this.
Be available in a couple weeks.
So anyways, as we always say, do we have any, do you want to do any prolapses of the week or anything live? You know what?
I'm going to get my, this is it. My prolapses of the week are all the people in Vegas, the people who lost their lives, the people who help people not lose their lives, the fucking heroes who helped them out after. Everyone who dealt with that crazy carnage, insane shit going down there. This one goes out to you guys.
And yeah, cheers to our
cheers.
Our Las Vegas correspondent there, who Rebecca, who helped people, and
she's a true hero, really.
Yeah,
she says she's not, but what she did, she didn't have to do.
Yeah,
she didn't. She could have went home.
And Allison, thanks for listening through the whole thing, even though you nagged us through most of it. I'm just kidding, Allison. We love you.
Zella's cuter than I expected. What'd you expect?
Oh, that's tough.
Fucking dud or what?
I guess I'm just as cute as she expected. Then I guess I can assume that.
Maybe.
Let's hold on. Let's click on Danielle and let's see if she's as cute as we expect.
Can you click? I don't think I can click on that. Oh, can I?
Oh. Let's see, Danielle.
See. We're doing a live judgment, Danielle.
Yeah. Oh,
Danielle. She's as cute as I expected.
Is she in that picture with Obama?
No, can't be.
No, I don't think so.
Got a picture with Obama, but
oh, good looking girl.
She's a good looking girl.
She's good. Well,
thank you very much, Danielle.
That's nice. Come for her because she's wow, and you're like
I would be reaching, I think, on this one.
That'd be quite a reach.
I'd be reaching and she'd be settling.
Yeah, you're the reacher in that one.
I'm the reacher.
And she's the settler. She's settled on you.
She's definitely settling, and I'm reaching, and I win on that one. So thank you very much. Anyways, this live podcast.
And thanks for mentioning about that I'm cute as expected. No big deal.
Yeah,
so what am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, as we always like to say, live long and prolapse. Keep those eyes on the skies. Thanks, guys.
All right, peace, guys. We'll talk to you later.